Hello, everybody. My name is Vishal Khera. I'm based out of Bangalore. I've been in the IT industry for close to 3 decades now and currently the MD for a US based IT service firm in India. There are three reasons I can say, right? So, one is I still feel there's something missing and I'm not feeling fulfilled, right? And sometimes I also think that, I am getting paid to fulfill somebody else's dreams, right? The second one I will say is, I'm paralyzed because I'm a perfectionist. I joined Facebook when it started, right? Among the first few to join, right? But since then, I've really not used Facebook, right? So this is my first video. And every time I used to log into Facebook, I used to see 200 invites. I used to shut it off and go, right? I'm active on LinkedIn, right? But it's a very professional. So, I comment on a few, I congratulate people, but that's like it. I'm really not taking advantage of the power of social media. I think the most important thing is impacting people's lives, right? As you grow more senior or, when you feel that you have worked quite a lot, you always want to make sure other people, you're able to create happiness in many more lives, right? So I look forward and unlocking this, and I start by unlearning, learning and relearning. Enter 1 month, it's over. Well, the goal was visibility and clarity. Okay, so let's talk about visibility for me, right? Content creation was difficult, right? Believe me, it was difficult for me. I got some traction on LinkedIn, right? I've been getting an average of 1 to 5 people following me additional. So net, there has been an improvement. Maybe this is ChatGPT that was, another valley that I slipped into. Took a break, went for a vacation for 4 days with my family, came to the realization that the content was always around. And now I feel I'm back on track. So it's starting to become a habit, right? But given I took a break in the last, you can say, a week, right? This roadblock of my own was good as well as not so good, right? So let's talk about the not so good, right? You lose momentum in your visibility. The good is I actually gain more clarity as to where and how I want to position my content, right? So let's talk a little bit on the clarity topic, right? I was pretty clear what I wanted to be, right? But there were too many critics in my own head that discouraged me, right? For clarity, the exercise was to talk to a lot of people. Believe me, that really helped, right? And then you always have this, there are so many players, who will buy from me, that clarity, definitely, that is the clarity that, another valley, right, that you get into. But then I asked, all these people that I spoke to, all of them are struggling. If this problem was already solved, then nobody should be struggling. So sticking to the process helps, right? It really helps, whatever the Passionpreneur program actually really helps going through that process. Do not, get ahead of yourself. At the same time, don't get left behind. So stay on it, right? Okay, so we are at the end of month 2. Let's see what all has happened, right? So, of course, visibility and clarity continues to improve. You keep getting more and more clear what you want to do. Continue to keep focusing on visibility, which has definitely happened for me. I think clarity, every week I've been getting new ideas to get more and more clear in what I want to do, how I want to create the impact. And then along with this, I think it is really good to start thinking from a product. What is it? The focus is on what, right? You definitely look at the overall program as to how you do the whole process. So that is starting to come up pretty clear. And then how do you convert that into a product? But having said that, I think there's a lot more also going and testing your POC, right? Also creating your lead magnet. I think it's a huge accomplishment. Nothing is perfect, right? I do agree. And I keep looking back as to how to refine it.
We got our webinar content, tested our POCs, and I believe I was so delighted that we got so much of positive feedback, on the program design. Every person that I spoke to, I just said, hey, when are you starting? I would like to sign up, right? We would like to be a part of the pilot batch, right? This has been such a great feeling to hear, right? All the work that was done in month 1 and 2 seems to be really becoming real, right? The second thing was the book writing. I think the book writing was a very important outcome, the 21-day challenge. Sure, but it's a psychological reinforcement that, if everybody can do it, even you can do it. So I think my book is starting to shape up well. I don't know whether it's going to be a good book or not. Finally, it's for my satisfaction that I think I've delivered my best. But I think the most other very interesting thing that we had in this month was the high ticket closing. It's a fantastic set of sessions, right? It was so inspiring to study the human mind, right? And touch the nerve that helps you make decisions. Right? I had these so many verbal confirmation that we like your program. Tell us when you're starting it. I made some mistakes, right? I can tell you, the first one was I did not use high ticket closing to actually close the sale. Right, everything going good, so you really don't close it. And my mentor and co-mentor kept pushing me, saying that until you don't get an advance, it is not a sale, right? It's only a potential sale. So no points for Gryffindor. So that was not so good. I can see it. And then I hesitated to close, right? I think the price was a worry in my own mind, right? How much are people willing? Myself, and I committed to him that I will send out, reconnect with all the people who gave me a verbal, right? And send out and say, you know what, I'm launching my program. So quickly this morning I put in calendar what it will look like. I gave it a name and I shot it out, right? And within few minutes I already had 2 responses saying, hey, we will call you up shortly to close it, right? So that's a good thing, right? So I think overall I think this third month was tough for me, right? It was tough, but I think at the same time very exciting, because I could fears, uncertainty and doubt that holds us back. And I guess it's like waiting by the poolside, hey, the water's cold. No, I'll wait. Is the water cold? I think you just need to jump. The water will not be cold. Even if it is cold, you will not feel cold. You will start swimming. And I think at this time it just said jump, right? Just jump. Okay, so we've come down to the fourth and final month. It's been a fantastic ride, right? If you really see, what we really focused on this last 1 month was just funnel building, automation, lead generation, creating a business plan, right? And I think the good part of it is the power of simplicity. So if I really look back in the last 4 months, I think it's been a pretty exciting ride, where the first 1 month was just about clarity and visibility. So I became clear what I need, what I wanted to do, right? I started focusing on, improving that visibility, testing the market. Then, of course, the productization. Now that you know your market, how do you test it out? How do you make sure that, that is what your market wants? So, just productization, planning it, testing it, right? The whole POC. And then, of course, the whole concept of monetization, which is the high ticket closing, right? And then that's about the good part of all this is, if you are able to follow this process, right? So I can give you my own case, right? I've now got my first session that is getting kicked off next week, right? It's for 4 Saturdays. The idea is that, I may not have had to spend too much time on my funnel building, but the idea, the moment I kickstart it, I'm really focusing on my content now. So the moment I know that by the time 4 weeks is over, I should have already planned my second batch, right? Not planning to start my second batch, but I should have already had, let's say, if my target audience is, let's say, 25, I should have already had 10. So, which means that by the second week, once my content is through, when I start my first webinar, my first session goes well, then I should already start focusing on my marketing. I think that is a good piece to make sure you get that engine running and you start picking up pace. So overall, I think it's been a fantastic program from where I started to where I am. Thank you, Passionpreneurs.